Awesome. So I have Penny here, and Penny is a pretty good dog. She has a hard time walking in the neighborhood walk, but she does well on the long lead stuff, and she's going to do well in this store because she's going to have more structure. The way that I'm going to get in trouble with my dog is if I'm in that like in between phase where everything is unclear. So I'm at a hardware store where dogs are allowed to be, and I can give her proper communication. Good job. In a more structured environment, in a way that she's going to look to me for guidance. And Penny is probably not going to take this treat right now because when she is stressed out at first, she doesn't take treats. Yep, she didn't take that treat right there. But I'm still going to be able to provide her structure by making it an unfailable situation. So we have the same communication that we do in an urban environment, but since we're inside a store, for whatever reason, my dog is going to look to me for a little bit more guidance. And there's a lot of ways, if we have a dog that's harder, that we're going to be able to win. We're going to be able to have these victories. So a few things. I want landmarks to kind of help her and motivate her for the right thing. So I'm going to stop on things that are going to kind of be like a landmark that are going to be able to represent the invisible wall that I want her to believe is here. So I have my body and this lined up. So I'm kind of, she looks to the left, looks to the right, she kind of sees where this invisible wall is. And I communicate that that was an invisible wall is there by doing a e-brake pull where it's not pulling up at all. It's pulling straight back. And now she's able to chill here. If I start walking and she is going to be trying to pass me or go left, right, and everything, I'm just going to walk, like 10 feet, e-brake. Now that there's a little line on the ground, there's me. She has her box that she's being in. And then I can take that opportunity to walk in front of her. And walking in front of her is going to let her know why I don't want her to pass me. I'm not trying to run into her. I'm trying to make sure that I might be turning that direction and I don't want her to get hit by me or my leg or anything like that. So it starts making sense to her why I'm communicating with her with this rule and these structures. If she's able to take treats, awesome. I'm going to motivate her to do the right thing by giving her treats. If that's something that's not really possible, I can still provide structure with her in a way that is going to be not super stressful, and we're going to get the time and reps in to shape her environment. If I can get her to auto sit, I just anything above the head. So I put a treat above the head, and I'd like her to sit. If she's a little bit too nervous, I bet in 15 minutes of doing this, I'm going to be able to do it. So she's passing. I'm going to put her in that spot, communicate with her. I want to give her a treat. Oh, she took a treat. Cool. That's a sign that her anxiousness is going down. So the one thing is, I'm going to walk 10, 15 feet, stop, look for landmarks that I can stop, look for opportunities that I can have her succeed by having physical landmarks that are going to help her. Clicking when I do communicate properly what she's supposed to be doing. But let's say that's not enough. That's not helpful enough. You're walking, she's pulling, and then every 10 feet or so, you're stopping. Well, then the other option is you can walk faster. If she is walking too fast, in order to help her succeed, I may need to walk a little bit faster. I'm not going to promote her walking fast, but I am going to match her pace to where she stays with me so that I can have her loose leash, and then I stop. She feels that wall. She has clues. I step in front of her to help her realize why there's this wall there, why she can't pass me. And a dog that is not good on a neighborhood walk, you can be surprised that they can be actually obedient in a store that there's not going to be a lot of dogs. So we specifically went to a hardware store instead of like Home Depot or something because there's less likely to be multiple dogs in this area. And since it still is a new kind of weird space, she's going to look to me for guidance. She's not going to feel the need to go wild and crazy. If I'm trying to pull away from my dog, I still want to give them the whole leash and have them follow me. use the samurai pull method to make sure she stays on the correct side. And now if I can put 20 minutes into this sort of area with this kind of dog or any kind of dog, I'm going to have better communication with my leash. And we're going to face things that she's going to be a little bit nervous by, but that's okay. And if I can get 8 hours of time in this sort of area, then she's going to do awesome and be able to succeed in all of the aspects of walking a lot better. I turn away. I'm going to give her the whole leash and pull so that she has the choice to follow me. She wants to go the other way. That's where I'm going to hold strong with this side, give her some pops, click when she goes to the correct side so I don't have to worry about switching my leash around. Give her the whole leash, turn away, have her choose to come while I pull up. If she went to the other side, I would grab the leash, give her some pops. E-brake. Yeah, click, she's doing good. It's all positive. If she was having a hard time, we'd ignore the negative, communicate with her, reward the positive, acknowledge the positive. I step in front of her. I give her the whole leash, have her follow. I'm going to e-brake, step in front of her, e-brake, 90 degrees in front of her. That communicates to her that I am leading this walk. Ditch, pull, e-brake, step in front. I'm controlling this walk, and I'm not being a jerk. I'm just communicating with her physically what needs to happen in order for this to be a successful walk. Then when I stop, she stops. Anything above the head means sit. If she's mellow enough, she's going to be able to sit. If she's not, that's okay. She's an anxious dog. So it's going to take 20 seconds sometimes. And she walked away right there. Not ideal, but that's where she is right now. So we're not going to get 100% victories every single time. But if we do this for 20 minutes and 95% of it was good, I mean, that's awesome. Some dogs, the first 20 minutes is going to be hard. And then after 20 minutes to 40 minutes is going to be easy. Some dogs, the first 20 minutes is going to be good, and you should get out of there because the next 20 minutes is going to be horrible. They're too stressed out. It's too much for them. Dogs are different. Figure out what your dog is and set them up for success the best you can. I'm not sitting here with the treat, like putting it in front of her face and begging her, please look at it, please look at it. She sat the whole time until I was ready to go. That was awesome. But I'm not sitting here like, please look at it, please look at it. She knows what treat above the head means. She knows that if she sits while it's above her head, she'll get it. If she doesn't want to because she's too stressed out, I get it. That's her choice. Oh, she's interested in something. Off. Leash pop. Put her right back. She starts having, less good behavior. I'm going to just walk and do more check-ins where we do this, where we're stepping, giving her the hand signal. And if this is what it needs to be, then this is what it needs to be. She'll get it. I'm confident. Good. I'd like her to get to the point to where she's staying afterwards, not getting up after the treat. But, if it's taking her 20 seconds to even sit down, because that's how, nervous she is in this environment, I get it. I'm going to meet her where she's at and not ask too much of her to where she goes, this game is unfair. I don't want to play it anymore. She's making the choice to come with me. I'm not pulling her. Click, acknowledge all of the communication and the success that she's doing. Stop when you have landmarks that are going to help her understand what's going on. Click. Oh, click. That means I did something good. Awesome. Now, giving her the treat. Awesome. If she's having a hard time with it, delayed gratification is step 2, where she's going to wait and learn that she needs to sit there for sometimes 10, 15 seconds before she gets the treat. Okay. And now I said K, I released her from the sit, but that doesn't mean she's allowed to run around and be free. The passive obedience the default for this area is walking in a heel. So just because she can walk all around in front of me and everything in the neighborhood doesn't mean that that's what she's allowed to do here. And as you can see, this is the first 20 minutes she's been in a store ever before. By the time we get to hour 8, she's going to sit every time I stop because she knows then that's the drill. Because she's going to anticipate that if she sits, she'll get a treat for it. And I acknowledge every little victory I get. Off. In public environments, I don't care what the reason is, your dog shouldn't interact with other people if you want them to ignore other people. If I walk past a bunch of people and she doesn't meet them, she's going to learn, okay, in this sort of environment, I ignore people, I don't interact with them, and then I can walk past a group of people and have no thoughts because she has no anticipation that maybe these people will interact with me. But if I let some people interact with her, then every person that she passes by, she's going to wonder, is this the person that I'm allowed to interact with? Is this the person I'm allowed to interact with? So I have a general rule. I just tell everybody my dog's training, and we don't get them used to interacting with people in public so that I don't have her anticipating or being excited or fearful of interacting with people. There's no reason to force your dog to interact with them or let your dog if they really want to. We need to get them to the point that we can have 6-8 people around and she has no thought that any of these people are going to give her any attention. If she doesn't think they're going to give her any attention, she's going to ignore them. She's going to keep listening to the rules of the environment. If she thinks that maybe some of these people are going to, she's going to start running up to them. She's going to be excited or fearful of that. She's walking a little bit faster. She's getting excited. We're going to e-brake. Negative marker. You were wrong. Hold that e-brake. Hold that little invisible line. Give her an alternative. If she's not able to take it because she's excited, that's okay. We'll be patient. We'll mark and reward. Maybe I should have done delayed gratification right there, but she's completely loose on the leash. Now we'll wait for 10 seconds before she gets it. Good job. Now we can start walking. And this is what we're doing. If my dog's struggling, I'm going to walk 10 feet, stop, sit, walk 10 feet, stop, sit. If she can't even sit, then maybe I'll just stand there for 5-10 seconds, walk to the next one, stand there for 5-10 seconds, give them the option. You'll know if your dog is if sitting there is helping or making it worse. And then you'll be able to kind of figure out and tell, and based on knowing your dog, if you're going to need to ride out the first 20 minutes or if you need to get out of there by the end of 20 minutes. All of those decisions are going to be needed to be made by the dog handler. And the more structure that we give, the easier this is going to be. But the less structure and more choice we get, the faster we're going to get her to react the way that we want to in a natural way. So there's a balance to this. It's not easy, but in a lot of ways, it's easier and better for a dog to walk in a hardware store than it is to walk in a neighborhood if you're wanting to work on leash skills.